come to the private position. The men now are going to take their musket and they're going to put it right under their right breast. They're going to angle it up so it's almost even with the top of their helmet, their hat. The reason for that is if someone were to walk in front of them, it would be out of the line of fire. Open your hands. Handle your cartridge. First time we're just going to prime. Shut hand. Bout. So they're casting about to the opposite side. They put a charge here in the pan which will ignite it with this little piece of stone called a flint. Once that flint hits this piece of metal, it causes a spark here. There's a small little touch hole that will ignite the rest of the charge. Charge, cartridge. Shoulder. Now they're bringing it up. Once I see all the muskets are up, I know that they're ready. Come to recover. Present. Fire. Come to the priming position. Open your pants. Now we're going to go through that step by step, but this time with powder. Handle your cartridge. They're taking cartridge out, they're going to bite the top off, they're going to hold it up by their jaw, and so now I can see down the line that all their arms are bent, that they're ready. Prime. Shut hand. Bout. They're going to catch their musket about, and now they're ready. Charge, cartridge. They're going to pour the rest down. Now, if we were doing a live firing, they would then seat it down with their finger. They would draw their ramrod out, put it all the way down, but we're not doing that today. Shoulder. Come to recover. Present. Fire. Come to your priming position. Prime and load. This is the command that would be given during the battle. We wouldn't go step by step. I would know once all the men were done, they will come back up to the shoulder. Once I see all their muskets up here, I know they're ready to fire. Now imagine you've got 100 men. They're not going to hear me. So every command I'm giving, our drummer is relaying that command with those beats, and the men will know what those beats are because they're not going to hear my voice as loud as it is.
Sir, question for you.
Yes.
On your recover, is that the equivalent of make ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have full cock?
Yeah.
Okay. So full cock on recover.
Recover. Present. Fire. Prime and load. Come to recover. Present. Fire. Hatch off your fire locks. Close your pan. Hammer saw's on. Shoulder. Fire lock. Before we turn around, secure our fire lock. Secure. This is a preventative measure just to make sure there's no powder in there. Shoulder. Company to the right about. Face. And that would be what an entire militia would go through as far as the loading and firing sequence. They would also take a lot of time having to march. The men in Massachusetts, all of the colonies but Massachusetts, they knew how to fire. They knew how to shoot. Because unlike in Great Britain where you had meat markets where you would go and get your produce and your meat, here you had to go hunt for it. There was no McKinnon's, there was no butcher market, there was no Stop and Shop. There was definitely no Whole Foods back then. So the men had to go out and get this. So the men in the Massachusetts militia, Washington said they know how to fire, but they don't know how to march. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take them on a march. We're going to go up and around, and then we'll end up down here. And then if anyone has any questions, we'll be there for questions.